intimidation should never be a factor. And if some of those movements you feel that you can't do, maybe it upsets your shoulder, maybe your back, find a modification that works for you, whether it's increasing your range of motion, which often helps, or working with an exercise physiologist or a really great certified personal trainer to understand a good modification that can still strengthen those muscles without hurting the joint that might be in pain. Now, here's another, I think, great takeaway. Whether you're doing a workout like we just did, a circuit workout that I just did, or you're lifting with big machines, or you're getting ready to get on cardio, or you're getting ready to go play tennis, right? Whatever you're doing, there's a format that we should think of to help prime our body to not only perform best, but also to really stay fit. Right? Safety is one of the most important things for us as critics. And so we recommend that we start with movement. And so every workout, we start with a little bit of mobility work. For example, if we started with a trunk circle, right? Our stance is with the heart. We're going to very small circles with our trunk, taking inventory of how we're feeling. We go one direction and then switch to the other. So mobility you want to do for 20 to 30 seconds per exercise. And the idea is to move your body in similar movement patterns to how you're going to be moving it in the workout. Right? So if you were doing upper body and lower body work in the workout, a good total body workout, then you want some upper body mobility work. Arm circles now. You can really go cross body as well. But I'm moving my shoulder, the ball and socket joint, in different movement directions. This establishes range of motion, and it also it's blood flowing for those joints and those muscles that are about to be doing the work for your workout. So it's a good primer for your body. And mobility is important not only when we're doing strength and exercise, but mobility is important just overall for injury prevention.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So start every workout or activity with some mobility work. Doesn't have to be a lot. 5 or 6 mobility exercises, 20 to 30 seconds a week. It's just like 5 minutes of mobility work. And you're going to start your day. Mobility work just to wake up. And I say take inventory of your body, right? And so you can do it either throughout the day or before your workout. So mobility is excellent to start any workout or activity. And then to close a workout or activity, I recommend doing static or holding stretches. We talked a little bit before about some common muscular imbalances that we tend to develop. So one reason that stretching every day is good is it's excellent to kind of right the wrongs, so to say, that everyday living causes. So for example, if you tend to sit a lot, whether it's working in a car, on a couch, we sit a lot, then we probably have very tight hip flexors. Probably have very tight pecs and shoulders. So these are muscles that we can stretch, not only help facilitate and aid in recovery after a workout, but also effective at helping improve posture. Because it's not just about correcting imbalances, isn't part about strengthening muscles, but it's also about lengthening. So some common stretches that tend to be good for upper cross, for example, where we're going to open up our chest, our shoulders. This one's the behind the back chest stretch. Another beautiful one is a doorway chest stretch, where we're kind of the doorway, for example. But anywhere where you can put your elbow up towards the line of your shoulders and kind of move forward ever so slightly. Remember, stretching should never be to a point of pain. Just slight, when you feel that slight stretch, you go like that. Deep breathing during stretching is really important for sleeping. You need to hold the stretch, and it helps send the signal from your brain to the muscle that says, "Oh, we're safe. It's enough."
Mhm.
Instinctively, the response to a stressor against the muscle
Mhm.
tighten up.
Mhm.
And that's why we initially perform a stretching. Don't have to put that. You hold it. You're kind of.
Mhm.
So anyway, the chest stretch, the beautiful ones to do to help with upper body posture.
Mhm.
Lower body posture,
Mhm.
hip flexor and tight. So a nice hip flexor stretch is stand. My feet are staggered, meaning they're not one in front of the other. Right? So I have nice stability.
Mhm.
I'm stretching forward at my hip, just slightly. Notice that range of motion is not very big.
Mhm.
Tuck my tailbone under, lean a little forward, and you'll feel this stretch out right here in your hip flexor.
Mhm. Mhm.
Fine. 20 to 30 seconds. So just another good tip and tidbit. We think about stretching at the end of our workout, whether it's cardio, whether it's strength. We at pretty can end all of our exercises, workouts, and activities with those static stretches. But also you can think about how to add in stretching to your everyday by what muscles are feeling tight, what muscles are tight based off of our posture,
Mhm.
right? And so ones that are really tailored. So one of the beautiful things here is that we do a full posture analysis, so we can identify those imbalances.
Mhm.
And once we see those imbalances, and again, can see their imbalances with a figure, a 3D figure of their posture,
Mhm.
it's really helpful now understanding that visual. Okay, now I understand why I'm stretched out. So it's also great to work into your day to help correct those.
Mhm. Okay, I wish I knew those information earlier. I got injured. My knee got injured because of badminton. I didn't do enough warm up and stretch afterward. So
Yeah, it's incredible for injury prevention. Do what you do. Do what you love to do for longer, right?
yeah, and I found some people, they are very motivated to exercise, but they're doing too much. Sometimes they got injured.
Absolutely, it's so true. I think like anything, it's great to have a plan, right? So planning ahead, prioritizing planning ahead is helpful because you can avoid the tendency, if you do have a tendency of more and more overtraining,
Mhm.
to go more. Well, if you've got a balanced plan, we at the end of our program will sit down with everybody and write out what does 2 weeks look like in your world.
Mhm.
How can we come up with a plan
Mhm.
so you can think about structuring your own days to get the most out of it based on your goals.
Mhm.
And so once you understand your goals, we can really help tailor it so that you don't you train enough, but you don't overtrain.
Mhm.
VO2 max testing is also a really excellent tool when it comes to the cardiovascular side of training to give you precise heart rate zones, so you always know that you're training effectively and not overtraining
Mhm.
and not putting undue stress on
Mhm.
our heart and body.
Mhm.